Hi, this is Johnny Fever, and you are tuned in to Johnny Fever TV. Please like this video, hit subscribe to this channel, and hit notifications. Okay, we're doing an artist that Johnny Fever personally reveres. We're doing Ritz. The song is called SOS. Shalom. Yeah, so as I just mentioned, Ritz is one of those artists that I would have, ran to the YouTube and thrown it on immediately if I knew that he had a new song, but I had to pull back just a little bit here, knowing that I wanted to record a video to Ritz. The traction on the YouTube rappers for me hasn't been that great, but it doesn't matter. I just want to do a song that I know I'm gonna like. Speaking of Ritz himself, this guy is just a master musician. He is just an amazing singer. He's an amazing rapper / lyricist. And his vibe or his style is just so unique. There's literally no one out there like Ritz right now. My only fear for his career is that he's so hardcore that, he's always gonna run he's never going to quite be in that level that he deserves to be talent-wise. I think the person that I'm going to compare him to, as far as that goes, would be someone like Tech Nine, right? Where like Tech Nine has all of the talent to be a mainstream star, but his music was so hip-hop, so real, that he navigated that underground for the entirety of his career, where someone like Eminem, who was doing something similar lyrically, but because it had that mainstream appeal, he was able to just step it up to that next level. And that's where I think Ritz is in that Tech Nine lane, where his music is just so hardcore. But the thing about it though is his ability to melodize is just incredible. Like, he literally could do anything that he wants. But he chose to keep it real, and that's great for someone like Johnny Fever. So SOS, that's a universal signal for distress. Let's see what is distressing my boy Ritz. So, shalom. It's a big old house, maybe infirmary or something. It's kind of got that Pete and Bass feel to it right off the bat. I got sticks and lasers, that song. Oh. Listen to that voice. Ritz out-sing your favorite R&B singer if you wanted to. Ooh. One thing about Ritz is he just said he's not going to see 35. I think that's just a couple years off for him. He's living the life in the sense of what he's ingesting into his body that Johnny Fever was living when he was like 18 or 19 years old. I can't imagine at this point in my life living the lifestyle that Ritz is going to talk about in this song. Maybe that's the cry for help. I'm not sure yet. Let's go.
Pray that you feign and remain unconscious, but you can't get the job done. Put a shotgun barrel to your Facebook cause this. It's my fault, it's always been that way. Since I was a kid, I always been a folk girl. Eavesdropping on my parents, trying to discuss what they could do to me. Yes, whoopers haven't done much. Felt like God was a man with a giant ass dick, so I'm praying that I stop getting butt fucked. But I'm saying something different out loud, really thinking he might punish me for saying all this fuck talk. I would grow up one day and show up, mom and dad, look, I'm not the loser you knew. Got a deal when I turned 32, but they still feel embarrassed from the music I do. How I talk, how I dress,
32.
My success will be gone in a second. I screw it up too. Wish I never would have said that shit. Cause everything they assume's coming true. There were times when I blew all the money, and of course I could say, but I knew there was more to be made. Making sure that I take care of my homeboys in a whole. They were broke from the choice that they made. By now, wish I had like 400K in the bank as a free from a contract. But the money that I got to start a company was fronted, didn't cover my recovery. I'm about to funk a drug test. Fuck this.
Okay, couple things. So, he really spits in that nasal flow. Ritz almost gives me a Cypress Hill vibe. I don't know if you guys are hearing that, but in a more, modern rap style. He's talking about decisions that he's made. He's talking about the trials and tribulations of being an underground artist, actually. He also had said something about being embarrassed of the music that he does. And that's a deep topic for me, because my whole entire life, when people find out that, Johnny Fever loves hip hop and everything that goes along with that, they're definitely disrespectful or patronizing. Oh, when are you going to listen to adult music? Are you ever going to grow out of hip hop music? You know what I mean? That's for kids. And, I usually have the same answer for all those guys, and that's let's go. By the way, those people that make generalizations about that, they generally don't know anything about music. They're generally just going with the flow, okay? If you love something, you stick with it. Ooh, it's a suicidal song.
As a couple, me and my lady lay in the car was nothing excites us. We used to look forward to eating gourmet food, stick a fork and a pipe for us, going to a shrink, keep it doing what it thinks that I help experimenting on the drugs prescribed us. I ain't feeling great, this to pyramid. Feel like someone put a deep incision in my brain, putting ice in my eyeballs. Right, got the eyes.
Let's go.
I'm stuck. I done got so lazy, got no babe. I just wipe up.
Ooh, he's chopping now.
Vibrator, wanna hear, I know my everybody is. I'm not wanna hop inside the ride and find a cliff to drive up. My car probably flip it, hit a pine tree, break the fall, paralyze me instead of dying. I will be a lie still, kind of look I got. People tell me my God, like was so unhappy. Wanna see a mirror, hit the
it's going again.
Me too, I hate my life, it's even worse than being that day. 3, I hold a grudge, I bet the Lord above is laughing. Cause I made a rapping after 20 years when nobody cares about your music. And I'm sick of posting hashtags. They don't like your album either. Now you gotta talk to people acting like you're happy when you wanna take a trash bag. Put it on your head and hang a rope around a fixture. Still pissed I had to make my parents post a picture in the living room beside my brother and my sister. Maybe they ashamed of me knowing that they kiss up. Each day is a bitch just trying to stay sober. Nose got an itch cause I sniff draw since 9-6. People think it's a cinch. Trying to quit, I will give my left nut just to get drunk. I should give up.
Okay, so this is what he's talking about here. What he's talking about is he's basically saying he's crying out for help because he's been grinding for so long and he knows he's doper than almost everybody in the mainstream. You go and check out that top 10 or that top 100 Billboard, and Ritz is saying, I'm way better than these guys. I'm not getting any notoriety. I'm not getting any respect. I'm sitting here on a daily basis, having to grind it out, pushing these hashtags, hoping someone will see me, hoping someone will hear me. So here's the thing, Ritz, and I said this same thing to Luke Gone. This is how it is. Real hip hop isn't popular. It never will be popular. They say hip hop is popular now, but that's not real hip hop. That's not what you're doing. But it never was what you were doing. You know what I mean? And even if you go back into the 90s and the 80s, there was what we would call it commercial rap, right? And commercial rap was something to be frowned upon. It was something to be dissed. Well, in 2021, the vast majority of rap listeners are listening to the 2021 version of commercial rap, okay? But they don't call it commercial rap anymore. And now, instead of patronizing these people, we put them on a pedestal. And like, this is what you want to be if you want to be a hip hop star. You want to be a Drake. You want to be one of... Anyway, carrying on. Like, if you want to have that type of notoriety, you're going to have to be one of these mumble rappers or commercial rappers. And so there is no lane for a guy like Ritz, really, unless you're going to compromise the music that you're doing, unless you're going to find some way to soften it up and go a little bit mainstream. Other artists who were really successful at that were people like Jay-Z, but what Jay-Z did is Jay-Z would take 2 or 3 songs on every album and they would just be a throwaway for the hardcore rap fan. The one that comes to my mind is Change Clothes. So unless you're willing to compromise your artistic integrity, you're always going to be on the outside looking in. But I'm going to take one more step back from this. Ritz knows this. This is actually satire, okay? He knows this and he's made the decision that he's not going to do that. He's going to keep it real. So that's my impression of what's going on right now in this song. But when I hear people like Luke Gone, who I just love, I think his albums are amazing. When I hear them whining about how, or I see them on Twitter or whatever, like, what do I do? I'm trying so hard and I'm not getting the notoriety. Well, like I said, the bottom line is there's no appetite in the mainstream for real hip hop. And that's just the bottom line. So you either do real hip hop because you love it, or you find some way to transition over to pop. All right, let's go.
Wish that you could save me, but I may be far too long. Pull me out my misery. I'm sick of suffering. I feel like
Ooh, it's a suicide note. Now he's in some sort of screamo voice. Yeah, you know, it just goes to show. Oh yeah. I was just gonna say this. Listen to that kick go. Just imagine being that drummer, rocking that kick drum like that. You can have one calf this big, your right calf. You know, I was just about to say before that end kicked in, that end music score, I was gonna say, you know, it's just what I said about Ritz. He's so versatile. You know, he comes into the song sounding like a 70s R&B singer, then he transforms into this like modern day chopper, you know, chop rapper, and then at the end of the song he goes into like this kind of screamo style. I'm gonna say like Escape the Fate or Falling in Reverse or something. Look, the only reason Johnny Fever knows anything about screamo is because my daughter went through a phase when she was in high school, and that's all I heard. And you know, the music's actually pretty good, so I'm not gonna complain. But yeah, you know, Ritz, you're just bringing it on the real tip. Johnny Fever's a big fan. You know, it's just that middle-aged white guy or that middle-aged old guy hip hop crowd, not sure that's where the big money is, right? So you really just have to assess that in context of this song. If it's an SOS cry because I've been out here grinding, my music's better than yours, why aren't I seeing any results? Well, you know, you got to look at who you're aiming at with your shot. And if you're aiming at that 47-year-old white boy or you know, 74-year-old hip hop, what we call B-boy or D-boy or whatever from the 90s, yeah, you're gonna have some lifetime fans. But you know what? You're not gonna be making no Lil Baby or the Baby money. All right. So yeah, Ritz, your songs are fire. Okay. Johnny Fever for Johnny Fever TV. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit notifications. I am out.